Hello and welcome to the CGS podcast, where we'd like to help you connect to, grow in, and serve God better. My name is Chris Rathbone, the host of the CGS podcast, and I'm so glad that you joined us today. Let's get into it. All right. Hey, it's good to have everyone here today. We are back on the CGS podcast. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it is.
We're back on video here. And I'm excited about today. Jesus, our risen Savior, is here today.
Yeah, we got a bunch of them.
We're celebrating April Fool's Day today.
Yes.
So in honor of April Fool's Day, Molly, a couple weeks ago, you may have noticed it in the last podcast, we had this army of Jesuses lined up. And we didn't say a thing about it, which is hilarious. We just forgot we were going to. That's why they're there. We left them so we could address it. But Molly and Paige hid all of these in my office. These are just the ones we found in my office.
Yeah, I think they keep saying there's a few more.
There's a couple in the cars that I thought it was hilarious, so I left them in the cars.
In the cars? That's great.
Yeah, Jesus is driving a Ferrari and the 67 C10, just because it's a cool car. You know. But
nice.
He's got good taste in cars, you know. Of course, He is our risen Savior. Of course he does. If he had a car, what do you think Jesus would drive?
A Ford Maverick. Duh.
I feel like there's got to be a joke.
I was going to say a Phantom.
A Phantom? I was going to say
Phantom, yeah.
An Accord.
Oh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So did you guys pull any April Fool's jokes today?
I didn't. Victoria was trying to help me do one for Jacob, but I told her, it's like, I'm going to laugh. That's my problem with April Fool's jokes.
What were you thinking?
She said that she printed off a picture of like a plumber's butt, and she put it in her sink and called her dad and was like, what did you do the last time you were over here? There's a huge crack in my sink. Let me FaceTime you. I'm serious. I can't turn the water on. And then just,
that's funny.
Fake internet mooning.
Yeah.
I was like, she's like, it's easy. You could definitely do it. I was like, I'm going to laugh. He's not going to. Jacob just doesn't fall for the pranks I try to pull. Yeah. Have I ever gotten one over on you?
My sure
face tells it.
Jacob would be tough to get one.
It doesn't happen often.
Did you get your kids with any of them today?
No, I didn't even see them today.
Right, yeah. Wednesdays are not the greatest day to spend time with your family.
You could wake them up when you get home, jump
why
on
we're
the
here
bed.
at 9:30 at night. Yeah, wake them up and be like, April Fools, try to go back to sleep now, fool.
I would pay for that with Heather.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to
speaking of getting no sleep in April Fools last night, we had a wild animal outside of my room, right outside my window, growling. This is like doing this like...
I'm sorry about that.
If that was you, it'd be so weird. I mean, seriously.
Like, if it had lasted for a couple of minutes, okay, that's funny,
it was
Daniel.
Hours.
But hours?
It was like this, like, I don't think I can do it without, like, having a cough attack, but it was like this growling and then, like, a bark. Like, yeah.
Wait.
It wasn't like a puppy. Yeah, do that.
It's like
Pretty much like that. Good job. You remember which button it was.
So now we have to do this tonight? Is that what you're saying?
So what I did, so our dogs barked all night. Now Maisie, she had to bark because the other dog was barking. So she's like, I got to get in on this. But to her defense, she barked as quiet as she could.
Really?
She was like, ruff.
I'm so proud of her.
She's like, I got to bark, but I'm going to do it quiet and respectfully.
I'm so, like, that's big growth.
She didn't accomplish the respectful part and the quiet part, but
she was trying.
She did it. She tried, yeah.
Grading on a curve.
So this morning, I went to my phone and I went. I wish we could show things like a cool podcast. Well, I'll pull the picture and put it in front of that camera.
Everybody, just send us your phone number and we'll text you.
Yeah, we'll text you. Yeah. So I pulled up my doorbell camera and here, hold that in front of one of the cameras. And I had Gemini superimpose a raccoon because we talked and we think it was like some raccoon mating thing or like a defensive thing with the nest. We're not sure. But anyway, so I had Gemini do, it looks real.
It looks really real.
I mean, the shadows are right.
AI's
It's the
getting
right
crazy.
size. The only thing it messed up was this is like my camera has like a 2 camera views in one.
It didn't do both.
So it didn't show the raccoon in both. Well, at first it did. It showed the raccoon over here and up here, and I had to change that. But anyway, it was. I think I got her. She didn't say anything all day until I texted her just a minute ago. And I was like, by the way, that wasn't real.
It's not like you live in the wilderness. I'm still confused about the real animal noise.
So there was a bunch of fur
Really?
right outside our window in like the bushes, and then there was like this hole in the middle of the yard, like something had been digging.
What does a raccoon dig?
Could have been
maybe.
like a possum,
can,
maybe.
but-
A
Possums make
possum.
weird noises.
Chupacabra.
Well, it sounded smaller than that.
Okay.
Fox barks sound weird, but they don't really sound like
Yeah,
growls.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
They're
they
high
could growl.
pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're high.
And this wasn't like a low growl like that, like we did a second ago, but it was it sounded like a small dog. That's why I thought it could have been fox, but then I was thinking about that song. What does the fox say? And it's such a high pitched sound. Mm-hmm. They like do a squealing.
They do.
thing.
I think they dig though, because we have a fox that's in our yard pretty often, and we've had some digging.
It could have been. I don't know. We need to look at what the fox actually says.
I
we've
have
heard it,
before
yeah.
because we hear
It
the
squeals
fox.
though. It's like
Yeah.
a screeching
It's a-
squeal though,
They
right?
call it a bark, but it's high.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound like growling.
This was like a sound just like that. That was really
It
good.
sounds like a car now.
Well, I thought it was like people outside my window talking at first,
Oh,
like
that's
mumbling.
weird. Oh,
I wouldn't put it past my neighbors, but you know. Wonder if my Bluetooth's working today. We can look up animal sounds. What does a fox sound like?
You said it wrong.
what does the fox say?
Howling, barking, screaming. Yeah, see, that's not.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow sounds. Gurking, laughing, and purring. Purring might.
Purring might be growling.
I'll have to look it up on YouTube probably. But anyway.
So,
Yeah, it's good. Good night.
yeah, I wonder if Kara did show other people about the
I know
raccoon, or
that-
if was her day too busy. Wednesday is a terrible day to pull pranks. Everybody's sort of like,
The goal was to have her show. I can say this openly because she doesn't listen to the podcast.
she'll never know. We could do
She'll
this
never
again
know.
next year.
She's wonderful. I love her, but she doesn't watch my podcast.
She doesn't watch any podcasts.
She doesn't have time for podcasts.
She's got
She's important.
Yeah, she is. She's taking care of a lot of stuff.
She's
Cares
definitely not
about a lot of
recording
people.
podcasts. She's out there doing stuff with her life. I don't know where I was going with this Kara rant, but
Oh, telling that the goal was for her to show a bunch of
yeah,
people.
I was hoping she would like show all her friends, and the next day have to be like, yeah, that was not a real photo.
April Fools.
Yeah. That's a pretty good joke, right?
It's a good joke.
It fit like into our life, which I think is the best
yeah.
kind of joke.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
it really believable.
It's a good punchline.
I'm not sure I've ever pulled off an April Fool's joke for anything. Besides like something short like, oh no, I lost my glasses. April Fool's like,
I think in college, I think it was April Fools. We put the couch on the elevator, and a couple of us got on the elevator, and
Sat there.
the people that played instruments, they played the Eye of the Tiger to
Oh,
everybody
nice.
that got on the elevator.
pretty funny.
And we made up words to it
I feel like
to describe the people on the elevator.
your level of weirdness in college was similar to my level of weirdness.
Yeah, it was people were like, "What are y'all
We
doing?"
probably would have been friends. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have a similar story. It was more of like Bible college themed. So we did this song. We did Jehovah Jireh like every week.
Of course you did.
No. We did that one every week. And Paul Poching tore it up, and no one can do that song better than him.
Yeah.
The dude could tear it up. Look him up on Spotify. Actually, I don't know if he's on there, but probably is. But they did Friend of God every week, and every day. Think about hearing that Friend of God every day.
As
did
good as
friend-
it is, it would get old if it was every day.
We joked that we didn't have a fight song because we didn't have a band, so we joked that was our fight song.
that's a pretty good fight song.
We would sing it at the basketball games, and then one night we decided our rival dormitory was Welch, We were Horton. They're named after theologians.
That's pretty cool.
It's
Oh.
pretty fun.
Horton Hears a Who. He's pretty famous. In
Welch's
Stanley
grape juice.
Horton. Stanley Horton, which is also the name of one of my daughter's teddy bears or something. Can't remember. So we marched around Welch 7 times singing I Am a Friend of God.
There you go.
Jericho.
And at the end, we all screamed, and it was great.
Do you know,
Stupid stuff.
have you heard where the origin of
I'm a
April
friend
Fools
of
came
God.
from?
No.
I don't know if this is true or
Pagans,
not.
It's probably a joke.
Yeah, it was. I think it was in London in like right like around 1700 or something.
Is
And-
that old?
Yeah, and like
I'm
they,
believing this. It's probably not even real.
I think they put in like the newspaper or something like they were going to wash like lions with like soap or whatever at the Tower or the London Bridge or whatever, or the Tower of London or something like that. And people showed up to see them clean, wash lions, and it's like, hey, there's not any. So
Did they get him in the army? They got him to show up and then they taxed him?
I don't know.
It was just nonsense.
I don't even know if that's true. I just heard that sometime.
It was their version of marching around their rival dorm room singing I'm a Friend of God.
Man.
Made no sense. Didn't need to. It's April Fools, who cares? It's just fun.
I think that's what it was. Something like that. It was something crazy like what? But
We're going through our values, and we brought this one up. Was it last Sunday or the Sunday before? I think it's 2 Sundays ago, in our leadership meeting, and we don't talk about this one enough, and it's probably one of the most important ones, honestly. But it's we are spiritual fathers and mothers. So, when this question made so much sense earlier, and I'm looking at it, it's like, we'll skip it. So, in life, there are things that you feel qualified for,
Yeah.
and there are things that you feel unqualified for. And I think the reason a lot of people have trouble with mentoring or discipling others is because they feel
Who am I?
unqualified.
Yeah.
It's like, but so if the question is, at what point do we reach the point to where we're qualified to disciple somebody else? There is no right answer for that, right? There's no definition that
You got to
You
graduate
reach.
from something.
it's not Bible college, because all I learned there was how to sing a Friend of God late at night and every day in chapel. That's not true, but yeah, there's not like there's not this day when
When
you wake
you-
up and you're ready to disciple others.
If you think that you are, just get ready for they're going to do something or ask you something.
Yeah, there's like, what are you even preparing for?
Yeah.
So,
I remember somebody being like, "Oh, hey, will you go?" Like you're a kid and go make these copies for me. You know how to work the copier, right? And you're like, "Yeah, absolutely." You're so happy to be asked, and then you get there and the copier's like, "I can't do this." Like how stupid you feel. You're so confident. I don't
yeah, they
know.
never work.
No,
They never do. It's the same with people. They break all the time. Like
you think it's gonna go great, and it's
they
like,
just
"Well,
glitch out. Like, does not compute.
I broke this. Sorry, guys."
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, why have we not invented a printer that works yet?
What's so hard about it?
Half of my day is spent around trying to get my printer and other people's printers
Your
to work.
printer doesn't work good? Because I come here because I think it's reliable.
My printer works for me every time.
It works for me every time.
Pastor Sam has a computer that will not allow him to print things. And I don't know why.
Well,
It's not his fault.
the printer in the fellowship hall was working great, and then it gave up 2 weeks ago, and I can't get it to connect to the right internet. And I'm determined not to ask you about it, but I try a bunch of
That
different
printer
things.
just does that. That's why we gave it to you.
I get mad at you a little bit, and
You
I'm
got the
like,
kids'
he
one."
gave me the one that was trash.
We just felt bad about throwing it away.
I got it to work. I bought a new drum. I bought new
Yep.
ink, and so now I'm invested in it. Like if I hadn't spent any money on it, fine.
Right?
But
I felt the
it's-
same way. That's why I didn't throw it away.
And I would be happy. I don't need it to print over Wi-Fi. I'd be happy with the cord, but I don't think it's too old to work with the cord. Or maybe I just need
it's
to print
too
the
old
cord.
to work with the cord.
It doesn't. I don't know. It used to have a cord, but now it doesn't.
We are currently sending astronauts
To the moon.
to go around the moon. They were talking today openly on the news,
Yeah.
mainstream news today, about possibly colonizing the moon. This was the head of NASA.
Here's the thing.
And we can't get a printer to work?
On the moon, it's paperless. That's why they're not improving printers. Is it's not good for the environment. We need to move to digital stuff. There's just not that much stuff we need to print anymore. So why are we going to waste our time making that better?
There's a pay level. You have to pay a certain amount to get a good printer. If you don't
like
pay
paper.
$1,000, printer's not going to work. That's it.
I don't think that's
When
right.
is Trump going to do something about that?
Seriously. Impeach him.
Musk for president. Is that what we're doing now?
If
Fix the
Tesla
printers.
designed a printer,
You could easily replace
probably work.
this. Just buy us 4 iPads. That'd be better for the environment. If we had iPads dedicated, like they could be sunk into the table. Yeah.
I have one over there, but I just prefer looking at this and moving it around. Like,
What do the kids say?
Matter.
Unk?
Oh yeah.
call me that.
I don't even get it.
Also, I apologize for mentioning the president's name if that triggered you. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
I had this
I
personal
think I
thing about
started
not
it.
mentioning his
Oh,
name.
sorry.
Because it's like, even if you just say it, it's like people are like,
I didn't know who the president of HP was, so I kind of
yeah, it could.
or
Trump might be
who-
the president of
who's
HP next. Who
Who's
knows?
the printer people? Cannon brother, whoever.
I do not endorse or unendorse the president. I don't care
Our king is
about
Jesus.
this podcast. That. It's not- please don't believe things right now because people can fill in their own words.
And just for the record, don't be mad at him. I am the one that said it first. So.
I am just
You
going to
know.
read from this now so we don't talk about politics anymore. The definition of our core value, and literally you're going to do this. We take responsibility for the spiritual growth of others. As trusted allies, we walk with people in every season, helping them grow into what God has called them to be. That's our official definition we have on our website for this. And printed on our brand new pamphlets
Yeah.
for the church, which
Those are
I'm very
nice.
proud of.
The printer
Also-
worked.
Also not done with Spanish version of it, but we'll get there eventually. I ordered them from Portugal.
Man, globalism.
They
That
don't
is
speak,
also not a political statement. I just literally I accidentally ordered them from.
they don't speak English or Spanish in Portugal, so just
The truth of it is I accidentally designed it in a European format, and I couldn't get it printed in the United States without redesigning the whole thing. So I was like, fine. We're ordering it from Portugal.
I wonder how automated their systems are. Is there like a guy who's like reviewing the orders and he's like, what's this church in Arkansas doing?
I don't know. I'm
Or
not sure.
he's so excited. He's like, you get a bonus when you get clients from further and further away. He's like, I did it, guys. We're breaking into the
Yeah.
American market.
We're real big in Arkansas.
yeah, their corporate reviews is
I'm
like
about to
guys,
order another one.
We're
Put
expanding.
another order in
grabbing more territory.
because I'm not redesigning it.
No, it looks great. It's better this way.
Yep, it's wonderful.
What I have never thought about with this core value is like other people being your responsibility. That's a heavy word. Of like the people around you, it's not like, well, I guess I'll figure it out. I don't know. That's
If it's
heavy.
not us, who is it? If they've chosen to call City Church home, and we've chosen to also call City Church home, who else is going to do
If
it?
they're your friends, they're your family, you care about them, but you don't care about their spiritual health?
It's not that we don't care, it's just that we haven't prioritized it.
Yeah.
It's like if we are going to truly say that we exist to help people connect, grow, and serve. So we are saying we want to be very connected to this church body and to Christ, and we want to grow in this environment. Well, who's going to do it? Who's going to be the people that grow? Is it only me? Is it only the staff member that's been assigned to you? Well, what happens when we grow to more than 200, which we have hit 4 or 5 times this year already?
Yeah.
So it's like, who's going to do it?
That's not the model that Jesus set up. Oh, well, God, Old Testament and New Testament. You have You assign judges, you assign
Priests,
people,
yeah.
priests. You have, so that everybody can be taken care of personally. And you know that if you don't do it well, that's something that people talk a lot about with churches. Is like, well, I could never talk to somebody in authority, and I had questions. And well,
I'm sorry. I mean,
like I agree that you need somebody to talk to. You need a mentor. You need to bring your questions to someone you trust. We need to make sure that we're able to fulfill that for people.
yeah.
This,
Go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say this. So this value, spiritual fathers and mothers, this just makes me think about there is a generation that a lot of them are passing away, but they spent their entire lives being champions for the faith, pouring into not just their family, but to people in their church, even younger people. And with that generation passing away, you know, who is going to be the
Who's gonna
ones to
step
step up? Yeah, and take that place and be the ones who are in the Word and in prayer.
Well, for their generation, it looked like Sunday school.
Yeah.
A lot of it. Now,
Yeah.
a lot of it was like we're actually talking about going deeper than that
Mm-hmm.
to one-on-one and like very personal.
Yeah,
But at some level, it's like Sunday school.
Yeah.
And we've eliminated that from our church culture.
yeah,
And what have we replaced it with? Well, small group. Okay, well, are you going? Like,
yeah. That's true.
how many are in American churches today that are ready to move on from the old, but not willing to take on what replaces it? So we're just removing discipleship from our churches? Like that's bad.
That's a big hole.
Big
That's
deal.
very weak.
And so, like,
that's a
we've
big
got
weakness.
Wednesday night, like we're tonight, attendance was very low.
We've missed 2 weeks. I mean, after spring break, it's a hard.
There's always going to be excuses, and I'm not here to beat up on everybody, but like, if it's not this, then what is it?
Yeah.
Like, we've got to have. I don't need everybody to everything every time. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to rule and puppet everyone's life. I don't have time for that. But at some point you have to be discipled and disciple others, and you got to make time for it. It's part of our life as believers to take part in this. Jesus said, it was the last thing he said before he left. It was like, hey, go and make disciples. Mm-hmm. Well, who's making disciples? No.
And like,
is anyone making disciples?
It is a serious thing. It's not just like what you said, it needs to be deeper, but it doesn't have to start with, I think that you could get stuck at saying, well, I'm going to go to Wednesday night and what? I'm not going to have that moment where I change somebody's life right away. But it can start pretty easily. Trying to think about that generation that Daniel's talking about, the old people at church when I was growing up, how excited they were for me. They're celebrating for you. Nothing's like, I think about Sister Gibson. She's seen how many people, she taught Sunday school. She's seen how many people graduate high school, but she's celebrating all of you reaching that milestone. She's rooting for you when you go to camp. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, they go to camp every year, blah, blah, blah. Like, just that excitement, that involvement, the watching, the I'm here for it starts there. And then she could also speak something else. It didn't have to start with she comes to me one day and says something I'm never going to forget and changes my life. But it started with attendance and just being a part of.
We will sometimes beat up on the old ways of church because there was some goofy stuff we did. But Sunday school, it was before small groups, and it was basically the same thing, but it was more attended than Sunday services.
Oh, yeah, you didn't
People
miss
would
Sunday
come to
school.
Sunday school before they would go to Sunday service. If they had something they just couldn't miss, they would go to Sunday school and then leave. Like, if you look at the old records from the 50s and 60s, you'll see their records show that way. And then, like, I could think of several growing up, like, okay, the Royal Rangers and Missionettes, stuff that we grew up with, say what you want about it.
I loved it. It was great.
There were some wonderful things about it. There were some goofy things that I experienced. But one thing that they did that stuck with me that was really good was the smallest little thing took 15 minutes out of the year for someone to do, but they did it every year. And I had a ranger buddy. And so every year they had a Christmas party, and this man, Jerry Bottmiller, which I've mentioned before, I stole his Trans Am one day. He would
spiritual father.
Bring me a little present, and every year I'd spill my Kool-Aid, and we would make jokes about what country it was shaped like or what state. And that was our connection. But every time I saw him at church, it was about spilling the drink or about whatever, And they were part of my life, even though it just took the small little investment. Like, who's doing it? Who's going and talking to our kids and teaching them? And I knew that Sister McQueen was always going to be praying for us while we were at camp.
Yeah.
When we got back, they wanted to hear our testimony. And,
when you're doing a human video and they're like, what is this dance happening on stage? But they're rude for you because you're doing it for the Lord.
I can't remember who it was, but I'll never have the image leave my head. But it's the first year I did rap, and me and James, one of my best friends, and we're up there rapping, and I look out, and it's Jerry Bottmiller and this older lady. I can't remember who it was now. It's driving me nuts. And he's got her doing this. And it is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
They're going to support you.
It was so funny. And they did. They supported the goofiness of that. And that was back before rap was mainstream at all.
Yeah.
It was totally foreign world. Who are they? That's what I'm saying here. We need spiritual fathers and mothers, whether it's the small moments with lots of kids, learning their names, helping them out, or if it's meeting in a coffee shop with one of your friends from church and going through a book study together. Every week, me and Mark and Charles sit together and we're going through a book about personal vision for our life. You think that's not emotional? We're getting into some stuff into those. You think that's not creating a bond? It is creating a very strong bond between men. And it's not easy for men to open up. But when we're getting into past experiences and we're breaking down stuff, there's tears that come out in the meetings. There's there is something real and tangible in there. And that's what Christ wants for us. He wants for us to go deeper than the minimum requirement. Deeper than Sunday only. He wants us to be involved in the discipleship progress. If we're going to be a church that connects, grows, and serves and really does a good job at helping the younger generation grow in their faith, it's about being invested in them and helping our peers, our brothers and sisters, children. I don't know how you want to, whatever family word you want to put in there. If you want to help your family, it's going to take investment, and it doesn't have to be this long, drawn-out thing, but do it once.
And see what happens.
Go through one book for 8 weeks and grab lunch or coffee or a Saturday morning, whatever. Go on a walk. You might be surprised at what happens when you disciple somebody and what you get from that.
Man, when you tell somebody you're praying for them and following up about, if you remember that, they asked for prayer about this, I'm going to see how it's going. What that means is it means a lot.
Yeah. Yep. Even as dumb as it feels, I send the text out hey, praying for you today, and it's they're going to read into this. They're going to think that I know something or what, but really, it just popped in my head. I pray for them. Hey, I'm praying for you today. And sometimes I don't send that text. There was a morning, I didn't tell you this. There was a morning God put you two on my heart, and I prayed. What day over was you. It? It was several weeks ago now.
What was it?
It was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was a morning, and you just God put you on my heart, and I spent that morning praying for you guys.
Thank you.
But I felt weird sending it to you.
We probably needed it.
Why does that feel weird? It's not.
Having a lot of days. Just I hope it happens every day.
send that text, right?
But like you risk, like, what if I was having a great day and you were like, hey, you're on my heart, I'm praying for you. And I was like, why? Nothing's wrong. You missed it. I'm never going to say that.
Yeah.
Like, nobody is going to think, oh, wow, what a dummy for praying. Nobody thinks that. But it feels that way.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want people to think that I'm sending that text to everybody, so I don't send them all the time. But like sometimes, if I send you that text, I'm genuinely, like, God dropped you on my heart to pray for you.
Man.
Like, so, yeah. Let's read a scripture. Stupid cough, still attacking me.
Yeah, why are you still hanging on to this?
It only is in the evenings. I know, I need to be set free.
What is it, that X?
I'll have one of you guys read it. But we feel like we're not equipped and we're not ready. Well, God doesn't need perfect people. He just needs you. And so Paul's trying to get that through to people. So just one of you guys read Acts 26 through 28.
All right. Finally, they returned by ship to Antioch of Syria, where their journey had begun. The believers there had entrusted them to the grace of God to do the work they had now completed. Upon arriving in Antioch, they called the church together and reported everything God had done through them and how he had opened the door of faith to the Gentiles too. And they stayed there with the believers for a long time.
So it's this culture of pouring into believers, spending time, investing in them. And Paul's just making it part of the culture of what they've done. 2003, I graduated high school, and I load my truck up, drive to Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, and move into the dorms. And my grandparents helped move me in for whatever, I can't remember what, my parents couldn't come, so my grandparents helped move me in. And the thought of this today kills me, thinking about doing this for my daughter, or that my grandma left apparently crying because she was like, I'm leaving him in a prison cell.
Nice dorm.
My dorms were not nice. We liked it because we could be rough.
Yeah.
Didn't have to worry about breaking anything.
Yeah.
But kids today go to college, and it's a different experience. It's like really nice. We live literally in a prison cell with mold.
Oh.
In fact, somebody blew my toilet up on the first day, and they brought the replacement one that I'm pretty convinced was buried in the courtyard.
Wait, blown up like a bomb, not...
Not like figuratively, like they actually exploded it with fireworks.
They brought the replacement from where?
I'm pretty sure it was buried in the courtyard.
What?
Or some back woods. It was bad and it never got better. It was just bad.
Should have blown that one up too.
Did they think y'all are all
Right?
going
I thought about it.
go on the mission field to someplace remote?
Guess.
Get tough or
used to
die?
it. Yeah.
But, I figured it out. I figured out how to live life on my own, and I learned a lot. I met some amazing friends. Many of them were from Arkansas. In fact, I would not be in Arkansas if it wasn't for meeting some of those friends in Arkansas. Met my friend Kyle there and some other interesting people. There were some interesting folks from Arkansas that I met.
Yeah, cultured.
I never thought I would live here because I was
Unique's not
like,
the word I'm looking for.
what's weird? There's some weird people from Arkansas. But here we are. They cultured me, and I decided I really wanted to get here. So here I am. And I grew up. I got out there on my own, as hard as that may have been to leave. That's what happened. Sorry, we're all looking over at the security cameras because we hear this enormously loud truck.
Yeah, that's a loud truck.
I was like, I'm hearing it through my headphones.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
So the last thing I want to do as your spiritual father is for you to stay in the house and for you never to go
I
out
see.
and experience what it's like on your own. Like when you sit down and you take a new believer or someone who's never been discipled through the foundations of faith, or you get into some more complex stuff about what is your future hold, what's your calling, what's your purpose in life, and you get into those things with people, it'll change your life. It really will. I feel like I'm going to cry, but it's really in my cough. I should play it off as like,
April
Yes,
Fools.
you should.
I'm getting emotional talking about this. But like, it is life-changing. And And I know not everybody has my work schedule. But like the guys that I meet with find time to meet with me, and the ones that are out there doing it, I know there's several examples out there of, in fact, we were talking tonight at staff meeting, there's 17 in second service that are meeting with somebody else, discipling them, and I think we have 5 or 6 examples of that happening in first service, and that doesn't count the men's and women's Bible studies that are happening, which have been great.
That's amazing.
So it's happening. A lot of you are doing it, and I want to encourage you, once you've been discipled, to disciple somebody else, because you got to get this full experience of it. So I want you to get out there and make disciples. I want you to live out the Great Commission to go and make disciples in all the world. And some of you are going to realize what your life is about, what your purpose is in life. And so my job is to encourage, equip, and nurture believers to help others. And they need you, and they need you to be an active part of our vision. This vision, our everyone vision, doesn't work if everyone isn't rowing together on this, if everyone isn't part of it, meeting, helping others grow. If we're never going to fully figure out how to connect people, we're never going to fully figure out how to get everyone to serve if we don't disciple others. And it's going to take boots on the ground, one-on-one, very small micro groups meeting together and going through difficult stretches of Scripture. I mean, tonight, our Bible study tonight was essentially micro discipleship. There's a tiny class tonight, but in there you get to tell stories of your upbringing and what it's like to come up with this. And we got in some really difficult scriptures. We talked about the scriptures that talk about how women should be silent in church. And it's a very interesting study, a really good study. And so
that's not really a problem in youth. The girls are pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took that one to heart.
Well, not all of them.
Yeah. So, like, what does this look like in a church that's connecting, growing, and serving? Like, what do you feel like it's gonna? How does it flesh out?
It gets to a point where it's almost like not habitual, as in like something you don't think about, but it's just almost second nature, where you see people like, oh yeah, they decided to meet up to do something else. Like, you just see it almost automatically happening because it's such a part of the culture. I don't know if that's exactly a thing. If the answer, what does it look like?
Well, yeah, what's it look like in 2026 to disciple people and to be discipled?
Well, I could look like anything. It doesn't, I mean, some people are coffee shop people, some people aren't. Some people get a lot out of, a text conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if you develop a connection, a friendship, it just happens naturally with your friends, right? Back and forth. Mm-hmm. When you're going through stuff,
you talk about it.
You talk about it.
You pray about it. And so, you just have to be open enough to, have a new friend come in.
Yeah.
That's what makes it intentional. It's like, oh, now this person is in my circle. They're the same as this other person I've known for 10 years.
I think that's where we really struggle, is to
make room.
Yeah. We feel like we've, the table's full.
Well, you can see it in youth a little bit too, because you have older, you got seniors and sixth graders.
Yeah.
And the seniors who take an interest, who encourage, who laugh, or you got the ones that are like, I don't care about those kids and I'm here for myself and I want to talk to Jacob and then I'm going to get out. That's just I'm not criticizing them. They're just kids. They're not saying you have to be best friends with everyone. But how fun is it when, you got a senior even just playing pranks on the younger kids to teach them a lesson, that community, and they influence it. I mean, tonight, Logan just being in front of everybody, just like, why does God even stick around with us? All he said was, don't eat the fruit. We messed that up. Here we are again. Oh, they're criticizing Jesus, and he's about to raise Lazarus from the dead. And they're like, oh, he can heal a blind man. Why can't he do something for his friend? Logan's like, why doesn't he just give up on us? Like, just having that realization of how good God's love is and how big it is. Because he's there, because he has influence, because we've done all these fun things, everybody is stopping to think about, wow, God's love is so good and it doesn't make any sense. And I was so glad he was like there to say it and experience that with the group. Because I could say that, but it just doesn't mean as much as like, Logan's got to stop everything to be like, why does God, like, he should just be done with us. He should just be done. It's so funny, but so good.
So I'm kind of gathering that in order to have those moments, you really have to be connected with others.
Yeah.
I don't want us to rob the Great Commission by putting everything into our mission statement. But the mission statement came from the Great Commission. And so I feel like that's why we reference it so much, is because it's where it was birthed from. And I feel like if you really want to disciple somebody, you must connect with them in a deep way. And you have to make intentional efforts to help someone grow. In my opinion, I had it tonight, you have to have conversations with people to where you challenge them to growth. It's like, yes, we're connected. We are to the point now where we can ask questions and have moments where we are open with each other. So now we've got the foundation to help each other grow. So either you're on the same level, or this is a mother-father type relationship where you're going to mentor and disciple them. So it can look both ways. I think it can be like a mutual thing, like, hey, let's push each other. Let's accountability, like a brotherhood thing, or this can be like a fatherhood thing to where you help raise someone up. And I've tried this over the last several weeks with a few others that really need it. And a lot of times the answer you're going to get is, well, they won't give you an answer. They just won't. They'll just put it off.
About what, meeting with you?
Yeah, they won't do it. And so the answer is no. And so you got to be okay with that. But but when you really make a really good foundation, they'll jump at the opportunity, and they'll find time to meet. It's amazing what I've seen is when God is in it, you find time. And I hear all the time about how life is so busy and so rushed, but like we are robbed of time, and it happens in these. It's happened in hobbies, like.
It happens in things
I'm
that
not
don't
giving
fill
examples
you.
because it's just too much.
Well, the extra things don't fill you up. They leave you feeling like you have less time. They feel like you don't feel rested after it. And that's what's different about when God's in something. Even if you feel like you didn't have the time, you can leave feeling full, rested. Yeah. Like it's not.
I think my point is if we can carve out time for this and for that and for that, let's just also carve out time for discipleship and for mentoring others. Like, I get it. It's a hectic life that we live, and it's just the reality of our world. And I don't want to make that worse. Yeah. But we do find time to carve out stuff for unimportant things. This is important. We can do it with discipline. So, I don't know. I guess the point of this is I think Jesus is calling us to this, and I believe that it's a part of our faith. I think it's a part of our mission and our vision as a church. And I don't think anyone's doing it. If you take all of the church surveys that talk about discipleship is the lowest, and even people are openly saying, we're not good at this. But change doesn't happen. Like, we just went through this big, long, year-long thing where we're working on our vision, mission, all this stuff, and we graded ourselves really low on this. When is it going to get better? Right? We're working at it, but it's going to take buy-in. Yeah. It's going to take buy-in. We all got to row together on this. We all got to make a difference because I can't do it. I still want you to have access to me. We're not getting too big for our britches over here. I'll disciple you personally. If you're a man, I'll meet one-on-one with you. I just, but I think it's going to work so much better if it's not all coming from me. This isn't Chris Church NWA, and sometimes I feel like it is too much of that. I feel a call to step back from some of it. Like, I want to share the stage. I want to share the discipleship and the growth part of things. I think more people need to be actively pulling in this area for us to grow. It's not all going to come from me. I'm not strong enough. I'm probably one of the weaker pastors in this of other pastors around, and I'm just not capable of carrying it all. And some of you are. You are capable of sharing the weight. So I'm encouraging you to press into more, to get better at this. All right, I'm coughing. I can't breathe. I think we've accomplished what we came here to do. So let's get off of here. But first, I want to pray for you, because this is one of the most challenging core values to buy into, because it takes time. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, and I want to challenge you to do it. Lord, for those listening today, I pray that you would encourage people, encourage our listeners, our squad. I pray that you would equip them. They don't have to be perfect, but give them the tools that they need. I pray that your Spirit empowers them to answer those questions as needed as well. And Lord, I pray for opportunities. Lord, would you give them opportunities to share their knowledge and their experiences with others. So whether it's a brotherhood, accountability type discipleship where they're being discipled, and or if it's a mentorship type of approach, Lord, I pray that you provide opportunities, and I pray that our church grows and experiences a growth in faith and knowledge of you, Lord, because of this. May it happen because you're in it. We love you. Amen. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again next time. Thanks for listening to the CGS podcast with your host, Chris Rathbone. We really appreciate you listening today. If you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe. That way you'll get notifications every time we post, which should be once a week. If you like this content and want to learn more about our church, visit citynwa.com. There you can find our full messages. Plus, if you want to plan your visit to the City Church, that's a great place to do it. Thanks for listening today. Hope you have a great day.